I gotta get used to holding the mic in my face. So if you're here watching this video, then you're probably looking for a starting point of what you should do when you're shooting your first music video or shooting a music video in general, and you're just looking for some advice. So full disclaimer, I'm by no means a professional music video shooter. I do it occasionally here and there. I like to think of myself as still a student, and I'm still learning the process as I go too. But I shot a couple music videos, and I think I have enough experience to give a little bit of advice to somebody who's looking to get their feet wet and shoot their video for the first time. So I'm just going to give you a few highlights of what I think is the best approach. So first off is expectations. Okay, when you're shooting music videos, keep your expectations realistic. Don't go in thinking you're going to get this like Grammy award winning music video like some Travis Scott or Carrie Underwood or Kelly Clarkson or Jay-Z level video. Okay, right off the bat, set that expectation down. Music videos require a lot of technical work, a lot of gear, a crew, and so much, like there's just so much going on behind the scenes, like lighting, storyboards, like there's so many things that go into a music video that you don't realize being a viewer. So I would say keep your expectations realistic. That way you don't disappoint yourself, because at the end of the day, right, like one of my favorite YouTubers, Danny Gewirtz, one of his sayings was, your first video is always going to be your worst. Look at it as an experiment, right? Or look at it as like getting your feet wet and just learning how to shoot a video for the first time. So don't overcomplicate it, overthink it, just shoot it. And then when you bring it into the editing room, you're going to make mistakes, but you're also going to learn from it. And by making mistakes and by learning, you get better at honing your craft, just continuously improve. So I would say set expectations realistic, you'll be happy. And then the next part is a camera. That's probably the most vital thing next to expectations, is have a camera to shoot on, whether it's your cell phone, a DSLR, a film camera, whatever it is. It doesn't even matter what brand it is. Like just get a camera, start shooting, because at the end of the day, like you can have the most expensive camera, the best technology all around, but if you don't know how to use it and you're not creative, it does you like little to no good. So I would say just have a camera and just start shooting. When I first got into this, I was shooting with my iPhone, and then essentially I realized that, you know, I hit the limitations of it where I couldn't color grade it properly, and I decided to upgrade to a DSLR. And then from there on, I just kept building my arsenal and, you know, honing my skills and just getting better at it. So again, the type of camera you have doesn't matter. It's the creativity, okay? Creativity is key. And that goes right into my next piece, which is creativity. You know, you gotta be creative. Like if you're gonna shoot a music video with little to no budget, you gotta be creative. Like that goes down to editing, that goes down to little VFX if you wanna do that, transitions, things like that. And I'm not the best person to teach that stuff. I'm still learning myself. So I would totally recommend like going on YouTube, going on TikTok, going on Instagram, all these different platforms, and just watch videos from content creators or artists that you really enjoy to get those creative sparks flying. That way you have an idea of what you want to do. The next piece I would totally recommend too is storyboarding, or just planning. Have an idea of what you want. You set your expectations, you get a camera, you watch all these other videos to get creative and be inspired. Now plan it. Don't show up to the shoot dry and like wing it, because I've done that a bunch of times. Winging it is the worst thing you can possibly do, because if you're working with people and you don't know what you're doing, their morale goes down. And then they start going like, why am I working with this guy? Like they don't seem very confident in their work. So go in, have a plan, and do your best to execute it. It's not gonna be perfect, okay? You can watch any videos, any interviews with all of these people who you aspire to be, and they will tell you to this very day that they still make mistakes. You know, the greatest Hollywood directors out there have all these storyboards, have all these scripts, screenplays, and they still make mistakes. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't go on with a plan. Have a game plan, have some visuals, and do your best to implement it. That's key. Plan it, implement. And another one that's very essential, in my opinion, is have some good lighting, okay? Don't be one of those people who show up with the greatest gear, like the most top of the line, souped up, extra steroided cameras, you know, best lens on the top of the world, and then you don't have any lighting, right? Lighting's everything. That's one thing I learned. Like I remember I bought a $1,000 lens. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get some bomb footage out of this. Then when it came down to shooting day, I'm like, everything looks like crap. And then I realized it was lighting. Lighting is so essential, whether you're outside or inside. Learn how to do some lighting. And even with lighting, if you're gonna shoot something outside, get an ND filter. It'll help kill out some of the sunlight. Don't be a dummy like me and go outside and be like, oh, I'm just gonna jack up the aperture and like make up for all the highlights and all the blown out lighting. It's a terrible idea. Invest in an ND filter. Even if you can't afford, you know, those $300, $400 ND filters, get something cheap and get an ND filter if you're gonna shoot outside, okay? And then last but not least, editing. Learn how to edit. That is so important, because if you have all this great footage, all this great gear, but you don't know how to edit it, it's kind of useless. You can be in a studio with $5,000 worth of lighting and a $10,000 crew and everything is like feeling awesome, and then it comes down to the editing time and you're like, damn, what do I do with this? So I would recommend just going on YouTube, taking some classes and learn how to edit. You know, learn some transition tricks and just upskill. That's my top advice to everybody who's looking to do this. Though I might not be one of these top tier YouTubers or top tier videographies that are on your radar, I feel like I still have a little bit of advice to contribute. So let me know if you found this advice useful. If you did, drop a comment below, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the dislike, make me cry a little bit. And if you found anything I said useful or helpful whatsoever, please subscribe. Help me build up the subscriber base. And if you like the content, let me know and I'll make more. I'm glad to give out a little bit more advice and share more of my thoughts. But until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time. Peace.